Today in this video we are going to discuss about the forensic science, in which we are going to take the particular topic exhumation. Exhumation means digging out the body from the graveyard for further post-mortem or to identify the body. So that is the basic thing behind it. So when the first there is suspicion in first autopsy, then there is a need for taking up the on suspicion there is a need for taking up the second autopsy by digging up the grave and analyzing the dead body. So the usual post-mortem will be again take up to identify the body, and any suspicion over the first one will be cleared in the second autopsy, and this will be undertaken in the presence of will be the exhumation will be ordered by District Magistrate or first class magistrate, and it will be taken up in the presence of revenue officials and police officers. So that is the basic thing behind it. Execution என்பது ஒரு சந்தேகத்திற்கிடமான சாவு நிகழ்ந்திருக்கும் என்று ஏற்பட்டு அதன் மீது ஐயம் ஏற்பட்டாலோ, அல்லது முதல் ஆட்டோப்சியில் தவறுகள் நடந்திருக்கிறது, எனவே மறு ஆட்டோப்சிக்கு ஆர்டர் செய்ய வேண்டும் என்ற பட்சத்தில் கோர்ட்டானது ஆர்டர் செய்யும், பாடியை தோண்டி எடுத்து அதனை மறு தட அறிவியல் கூராய்வு செய்ய வேண்டும் என்று. அப்போ அதில் யூஸ்வலாக போஸ்ட்மார்ட்டம் செய்வது கொண்டு செய்வார்கள். அது ஸ்பாட்லேயே செய்ய பியூட்டிஃபிகேஷன், அதாவது மிகவும் அழிந்த நிலை இருந்தால் அங்கேயே செய்வார்கள், அல்லது யூஸ்வல் போஸ்ட்மார்ட்டம் நடக்கின்ற இடத்துல நடக்கும். ஸோ வி ஆர் கோயிங் டு சி அபவுட் தி exhumation meaning. First meaning we'll see. Exhumation means digging out a body and taking of the body for post-mortem. So the legal purpose, what is the legal purpose behind it? To establish the cause of death, identity of a person. So sometimes the identity also changes, so that to establish the identity and the cause of death, the exhumation is taken up. So actually what is the who has to order it? The power of authority to order for exhumation is with court under the Criminal Procedure Code 176 subsection 3. So under this Criminal Procedure Code, the exhumation may be ordered by the court to the police. Then the objective, what is the objective behind the autopsy? Why it is done? What is the basic thing behind it? Whenever the suspicion of foul play in the death, so what they do normally, as if the death is normal, they might have undergone the burial procedure, but afterwards the suspicion has been made over the death, or some foul play has been made in the death. Then the autopsy, the exhumation is ordered. So suspicion of foul play, disputed cause of death. So in the death itself there is a dispute whether it is normal or unnatural death, or by means of or murder something happened. So to identify it or to establish the cause of death due to unnatural causes, the exhumation is undertaken. To know the cause and manner of death, or whether it is of natural death or not. So exhumation to recover evidential. Apart from that, some evidential material also is buried with the body, and to recover evidential materials buried with the dead body. Sometimes the evidential materials are also buried along with the dead body. To recover that, the exhumation is undertaken. and unsatisfactory. Actually, a previous autopsy has been made, and there is doubt in it. That is unsatisfactory or ambiguous. It is not clear autopsy report, and then autopsy could be ground for second autopsy. That is the ground for the second autopsy. Whenever there is suspicion or foul play in death and ambiguous autopsy, that is not a clear post-mortem report, then second autopsy is ordered. Then rules for exhumation. What is the rule behind it? The rule behind the exhumation is during the course of enquiry by a magistrate into course of death. So during the enquiry procedure, there is a doubt arises. Then the court may order, the magistrate may order for the exhumation, and under written order of district magistrate, the body should be exhumed. So the authority for ordering the exhumation is the district magistrate or first class magistrate. The body should be exhumed by police in the presence of revenue officials and medical officer. So overall should be there, means revenue officer should be there, medical officer should be there, and police should also be there. Then grave. The graveyard means the burial place is called graveyard. How exhumation, actual exhumation is undertaken. The actual body, digging of the graveyard, and the body is lifted by what means? That is, the dug up by undertaker. That is who had done the graveyard, or who has downed the coffin in the graveyard. They should dug up by undertaker. Then they should identify the coffin. Their relative friends should also identify the coffin and dug up place. Then this is the how grave is dug up. Then if sometimes suspected mineral poisoning is also occurred, when suspected mineral poisoning is raised, then about 500 grams of earth in actual contact with the coffin or body should be corrected. What is the procedure? Suppose if it is doubt arises due to poisoning, that is mineral poisoning, then about 500 grams of sample should be collected. 500 grams of earth should be collected, which is contact with the body, or coffin or body, collected, and that earth is collected, preserved in clean glass bottle for chemical analysis. So when suspected poisoning is there, that is mineral poisoning is there, the earth material which is in contact with the body should be taken up. That is 500 grams should be taken up, and it should be preserved in a clean glass bottle. It should be sealed and sent for chemical analysis. Then coffin of body, how it is raised, that is the coffin of the body is raised, identified as many as possible, that is by friends, relatives, servants. So all these people have to identify in various angles. The clear identity should be made. For that, the relatives, friends, and can be servants also, can be called and may be asked to identify the coffin. Exhumation. If interment means that is downing of the body. If interment has been recent, if it has not been petrified, so that means very recently buried. So say 2 or 3 days or within a week, then the post-mortem conducted in usual manner, as if what they normally do, that will be undertaken. Then screened off from public gaze. from public view it is screened off. Then if the body is putrefied, that is out of proportion, the body is identified due to maggot activity and bacterial activity, it decomposed body or putrefied body, then attempt should be made to identify sex, stature, in which sex, stature and mass of identification. So if putrefied body means the sex, mass of identification should be identified, because putrefied body means they may not find out some marks also, tattoo marks or some the scars or something like that, they cannot identify. But careful study will reveal the identity. So sex, stature and marks of identification should be made. Then a photo may help in identification. So what is the previous photo, and now they can take up the body, in the putrefied body, or they can take the photo, and with the help of photo also the identity can be made. And X-ray cadaver examination also should be undertaken. So cadaver examination by means of X-ray should also be undertaken. Then the hair to be, in case of suspected the mineral poisoning, the hair, nail should be preserved. Hair to be preserved. Search for recent fracture. Suppose if recent fracture is there, that also should be identified. And all cavities should be identified. Cavities means the anus, eye, nose cavities, mouth, ear. These cavities should also be identified carefully. Then in case of mineral poisoning, particularly in case of arsenic and antimony, the hairs, nails and long bones, that is long bones, the thigh bone is the long bone in the human body, that's called femur. That femur all should be preserved. Hair is affected by mineral poisoning, nail also is affected, and the very big bone in our body is femur, that is thigh bone, that should also be preserved, and those things are to be sent to lab for further identification, for further the identification of the poisoning. Then while doing the postmortem, disinfectant is used, and disinfection should not come into contact with the body. Surrounding the body, the disinfectant can be sprinkled. And time of next thing is time of exhumation. Time of exhumation, that is no time limit is made as far as India. But in case of France, that is within 10 years only allowed. Execution is not allowed more than 10 years. If the graveyard is more than 10 years, that is the dead body, the burial has taken place more than 10 years, then the execution is not ordered. In Germany, up to 30 years the execution is ordered, but in India no time limit is made. So it can be at any time, it may be 30, 40 years or more. So in case of India, then a case study, we want to narrate a case study, that is the body of a child was exhumed in Sadapatti, Madurai rural district. Actually what happened in this case, the parents, that is the third female infant, infant, and what they did, they buried the infant, that is 10 days, within a week. After the birth, the child is said to be died, and probably it may be due to infanticide. They dug up the grave and they buried the grave in their farmland, and the suspected the people suspected some foul play in this case, and they made a plea with the court, and the court ordered for exhumation of the infant and they found that it is this infanticide. They don't want the child. Somehow they killed the child, and they to erase the identity and all. They dug up the grave and they buried the body. In presence of police and port authorities, they dug up the grave, and the infanticide, the postmortem was conducted, and concluded as infanticide. So then, according to the section 318 IPC, anything, the death before birth or after birth or during the birth, it should be revealed, it should be known to all. But in this case, it has been made a secret, and then so the penalty for under section 318 IPC, 2 years imprisonment with fine, or both have been can be ordered. So accordingly, it is made as a crime and ordered for the 2 years imprisonment for the parents. So with this we conclude this video.